Why do you struggle with change so much? Why is it so hard for you to change your ways and go to the gym and accomplish your goals, or start that business, or start those habits that you know need to start? In this video, I'm gonna break it down. I have the 3 main reasons why it's probably contributed to this, and the overarching force, so you can have a good understanding that if you face any of this stuff, how to overcome it and how to deal with it. With that being said, the first thing you have to understand that the reason it's so hard to change is resistance. And what do I mean by resistance? Resistance is the universal force trying to get you or prevent you from not getting your goals. And I don't mean some in the woods shit like crazy spiritual stuff. I just mean that feeling you get when you try to start a new habit that prevents you from doing it. It's ourselves trying to preserve our current identity and our current self, because humans want to stay that way. Humans choose the path of least resistance, and the path of least resistance is who you currently are right now. So it detracts you from where you want to go. It's that self-doubt you feel. It's that procrastination you feel. It's the fear. It's the warped priority. What I mean by that is you work on something you think is more important, but you know it's not important. It's just easier to work on. It's like when you have that big project due for school, or you have the big project for work, and the laundry becomes so easy to do because it's an easier goal. That's warped priority. So that's resistance. There's so many more of them. I got this concept from Charlie Morgan. It's been really helpful for me to understand, like, okay, that's just the resistance of procrastination coming up for me. Or that's just my fear resistance coming up. I can overcome that. And the way you deal with this is you push back on it. You push back every time it comes up. So for me, when I have self-doubt about my email system, or self-doubt about sending a DM, I send another DM, I source another lead, I find another way to send another email, because that pushes back on the resistance. So for you, maybe it's going to the gym, and it's like, I don't think it's gonna work. It's eating healthier, you know what I mean? You get that resistance of, I just wanna eat that candy bar. Nope, you push back on it. Or you don't wanna go to the gym, you're like, nope, I'm pushing back, I'm gonna go harder now. I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna do that extra set, I'm gonna do this extra rep to make sure and ensure it happens. So it's resistance, it's that force you feel that's trying to prevent you from executing. And now I've got the 3 most common points of resistance and how to get over them. So the first one is the fear of the unknown. This is very common. We have the fear of, what if it does work? What if it doesn't work? Both are unknown circumstances, and so that's a lot of fear. It's a lot of uncertainty, risk, loss of control. There's a lot of big themes within the fear of the unknown. And our brains like and favor familiarity. We like to be comfortable. Like I said earlier, being comfortable with your current self is the path of least resistance. We also have the fear of making the wrong choices, of failing. We have that perfectionism bias. And also, we have that by understanding that change, we do tend to lose control in some circumstances. By changing, by going to the gym, you don't have control over what you eat because you're going to be on a diet. You don't have control of a few hours of your week because you're going to go to the gym. So you lose some of that control, and that can spark a lot of the fear of unknown. How to push back with the fear of the unknown is to make it known. And then also another reframe is that if you have a fear of the unknown in a circumstances where you're feeling nervous, if you could tell your body that, okay, I'm feeling nervous, but I'm gonna turn that nervous into excitement, because the actual physical effects of nervousness are the exact same of excitement. It's that sweaty palms, increased heartbeat, you stand up a little bit straighter because you're a little bit nervous. So, but if you could shift that can help you get over that fear of the unknown. Also with risks, if you're the fear of the unknown with risks, just start taking risks. Take small risks and just let it happen. And if you fail, you fail. So for me, it's sending those messages on email, and the fact that maybe my Gmails get banned. I don't know, you know what I mean? It's those small risks that you can do over and over and over can help you get over them. So finding those small risks can help you as well. And just getting out in the unknown. So when you have that fear of the unknown, you want to try to make things known, and then you'll get that confidence. And that's actually a skill in and of itself, is being like, I'm going to go from unknown to known, and I'm going to feel confident about it because I know what happens when I'm on this self-growth journey. So that's the fear of the unknown and how to get over that. Second piece, the second form of resistance is attachment to routine. This used to be a big one that I used to be like, I gotta get my 8 hours sleep. I gotta have my water. I gotta have a certain amount of food. This can't be, this muscle group can't be hurting on me. I gotta recover it longer. So there's always that attachment to the routine for me that held me back. And, habits do provide a sense of security and stability. And it makes it easier to be familiar with ourselves. And that's what we like. And a lot of us have unconscious habits that we do every single day. And so another piece with attachment to routine is it has a little bit of emotional safety. It's easy to stay at our current place in life, but hard long-term. So you have to choose your hard. You can either have it easy right now where you don't work out, you don't start that business, you just work your job. And that's great if you love doing that. I'm just saying for the people that do want to change. So it can be easy, or it can be hard later when you have health issues, you have financial issues, Or you can make it hard now where you have to work more, you have to go to the gym, be committed, and have it easy later where you have financial freedom, you have a good base and a good fitness so you can live a long life. And you have to make those choices. The way to get over attachment to routine is to push past it and execute regardless. So for me, when I didn't drink enough water before a workout, or I didn't eat enough food, or I didn't get enough sleep, I just had to execute regardless. And that was going through my head. I have to execute regardless. It does not matter that I did not fulfill on my routine. And that has been very helpful for me. Also with routine, I had to be like, okay, long-term over short-term, and thinking about what is gonna be most helpful to my goals, and thinking of that frame, long-term over short-term, long-term over short-term. And then finally, one more thing with getting over is to actually choose the hard route. So if you're doing a workout and you could do, free weights or a machine's gonna be a lot easier. But the free weights will teach you more about yourself because it'll be harder for you to do. And choosing that hard can help you get over that attachment to routine. The third and the final most common form of resistance that people face is cognitive and emotional resistance. So what I mean by this is having a fixed versus a growth mindset. So many people think that they have the belief that, yep, I am born this way, my intelligence is this way, my genetics are this way, I can't change. But the problem is that you can change, you just don't believe you can. When you believe you can and grow your abilities, grow your intelligence, grow your genetics, and I'm talking genetics in terms of like muscle building. People make that excuse all the time that I have bad genetics, I'm fat, whatever. But you have the power. You have the power to change by shifting your mindset to this growth mindset. No, I can overcome these things and I can be better than I am right now. Making that shift is a form of resistance that it's hard to do at first. The second one within cognitive emotional is the fear of failure and perfectionism. I used to struggle with this so much. I would always say to myself, I got a 99 on this test. What's the 1% I missed? And that pursuit of excellence is great, but it came to bite me in the ass because it killed my confidence, it killed my belief. Because I wasn't focused on what I was doing right. And that's what we have to do to overcome perfectionism. Of course, we have to focus on our mistakes and have to work on overcoming our mistakes, but it's really important to think about, what am I doing right now? What am I doing right? What am I doing good? And if you could think about those things, it can be really helpful to get over perfectionism and over the fear of failure. And the best way to get over fear of failure is to start failing and just own it. Be like, you know what? I failed, but it's a growing moment. It's a win. And if you can frame it that way, that'll help you. Another way to overcome cognitive emotional things is just beliefs, one at a time. So you probably have the belief that failures make you a failure, but no, it's not a failure. It's just a loss in that moment, but you're going to grow from it. So what are your beliefs with fixed and growth mindset? I believe that I have these abilities and they can't change. Well, you're probably going to live in line with those beliefs and make actions in regards with those, because we have domain, identity, and action-based beliefs. So domain is what you believe about the thing itself, like people can't change their mindset. So with my identity, I can't change my intelligence, or I can't lift weights and build muscle, or whatever. And then your action belief is that you will go in line with that. You will just not lift because you don't believe you can, or you will not study that because you don't believe that you can become intelligent to do the thing you want to do. So that's why you struggle with change so much. It's resistance. And you can overcome this resistance. You just have to push back against it. If you like this video, I'll record more. Just comment what you like and I'll put out more of them.